Hello good people, how are you today? David Taub here, and we're going to learn some more chucking in this module. Chucking, remember, is that muted, percussive downstroke that's so important in your music, and to add this to your ability to embellish, to add this to your arsenal of weaponry, to add this to your tools in your toolbox. You know what I'm saying? So many songs have this. You're going to be doing it all the time, and you want to get real good at it. Remember, we are adding all these embellishments to your bag of tricks, to your toolbox as a guitarist. It's what makes a good guitarist a very good guitarist. You should be able to play different strums now. You should be able to play suspended and add chords and pepper them in. And you should be able to build on some chords and build some tension. And now you're going to be able to, you should also be able to chuck with open chords, because we talked about that. And that's that principle where you're hitting the strings with your hand, with your right hand. And now we're going to chuck with bar chords. And you'll be happy to know that this is actually easier than chucking with the open chords, okay? Chucking with the open chords is one technique. Now we're going to do the easier technique now that you've learned some bar chords. If you don't know bar chords and you're watching this, back up a few modules. Remember, guitar is like a staircase. You have to traverse some steps to go to the next, to go to the next, to go to the next, right? So think of it that way. So if you don't know some bar chords, you're not going to be able to do this. So go back and learn some bar chords in our bar chord modules, and then you do this. So these are laid out in order. If you're skipping around, you might pay the price. All right. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you the technique. We're going to do a couple different strum patterns similar to when we did the open chord chucking. The first one is going to be down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up. I'm going to show you how it sounds, and then I'm going to wheel in close to the camera and show you the technique. It's actually pretty simple. Is it simple, Tim?
Very simple.
Very simple and fun. All right, so it's going to sound...
Two key elements of next level guitar.
I like that. Two very key elements of next level guitar. Simple and fun. All right. So here's what it's going to sound like. I'm just barring an A major bar chord at the 5th fret. Down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up. Okay? Down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up. So the chuck again, muted downstroke. Maybe I'll go to that minor chord. Okay, how am I getting the guitar to make this noise? Okay, let me show you. It's actually pretty simple. What you're going to be doing is, it's all left hand technique, okay? So I'm on the 5th fret here, barring this A chord. And then to get a muted downstroke, all you do is you release pressure. That's all I'm doing. See my left hand? Let me get you real... all I'm doing... see? You just hold... come off pressure. Don't push down. Lift off as you strum, and you get that sound. See? Pressure, pushing down, voicing the chord, and now I lift off and hit the strings at the same time, and I get the chuck. So it's all just releasing pressure with that left hand. See, all I'm doing is this. Releasing that pressure, and you get that great chuck sound. See, it's so much easier than timing it and hitting it with your hand like the open chords. See, the bar chords, it's easier because you can control all 6 strings. With open chords, you couldn't just release pressure because you'd have the open strings ringing, right? I mentioned that before. So, on this A chord, see if you could try this. Down, up, chuck. On that chuck, I'm releasing pressure. Down, up, release, and hit the strings. And then put pressure back for the upstroke. Down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, chuck, up. Then try to move it maybe to the G. Maybe up to the B. Okay? So practice that technique with that simple strum of releasing pressure. It's very easy and you should get that pretty quickly. So let's put that into a strum that you're probably using a lot. You're probably using down, down, up, down, up, right? So let's do that same strum, but this time on the second downstroke, release pressure and hit it with a chuck. So you have down, down, chuck, up, down, chuck, up, down, up. So you're still doing this down, 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 up, down, 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 on the A chord. I'm on an A. But now, let's do a down and the down chuck next. And the way I'm chucking is I'm just releasing pressure with my left hand. So I'm going up, down, up. And for the up, down, up, my pressure is back. I'm voicing the chord. Now when you release pressure, I'm not taking my hand apart. I'm not taking it off, just loosening it up. My hand is staying attached to the strings, just not pressing down. So it'll sound like this, slow. Okay, so you want to get that down, and then you could start throwing it into songs and moving it around on each chord. What could be more fun than that? And we'll have an examples for you of some songs coming in modules to follow. So you could just take it, and whatever song you're playing with this down, down, up, down, up, you could throw in some... Okay, so it's a nice little embellishment that you're going to be using all the time. I'm always using those chucks. They're so critical to sounding, it makes things sound interesting and cool. And then you can get more in with it. For instance, if you wanted to play that same strum, up, down, chuck, up. Now, there's another downstroke there. Let's put another chuck in. So down, chuck, up, chuck, up. Down, another down chuck, so it's down, down chuck, up, down chuck for the down, up. So two down chucks, or two chucks, and it'll sound like this. See, we're getting a little more sophisticated as you get better at it, a little bit more interesting. I like that. Chuck, up, chuck, down, chuck, up, chuck, down, up, chuck, up. Two chucks per measure. Chuck, up, chuck. Okay? Kind of hard to count that off. I keep thinking I'm saying up chuck, you know? So I'll just say when I chuck. Chuck, 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 chuck. All based off of this down, down, up, down, up. That strum that you should know really, really well. Right? You've been using it in many, 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 many applications. Chuck, 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 chuck. Okay? So I want you to practice that. Alright? So now you're starting to learn. You should know how to chuck with the open chords, and now we're going to be chucking with bar chords. And I want you to go, and we're going to start giving you examples and how you can use this in the songs. Wherever you're playing that strum with a bar chord, you can throw in chucking. And we're going to be doing more advanced things with the chucking. Hear all the chucking? So you can do all kinds of patterns where you're just, you know, playing whatever, 16th notes or 8ths, but adding this, all I'm doing there is just loosening, coming off and on. It's all left hand. 1 E and 2 E. All I'm doing there is is taking my left hand on and off. It sounds like I'm doing a lot. Let me give you a quick up shot of this. Close up. Watch my left hand here on this. Actually, let's do it on the G. You'll get a better view of this. Here's I'm playing a G chord. Now watch this chord. All I'm doing is I'm going to strum straight 16th notes. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. So I'm going to strum like this. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 2E and a... 1E, see? This hand doesn't stop. It's all created by my left hand. All I'm doing is off and on with pressure in a rhythmic kind of way. It's such a cool thing. The right hand keeps going. A 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... Let me see if I'll give you another view of that. See, that's what's so cool about this chucking thing, and it's real big in funk guitar, which we'll get into, is this right hand with these 16th notes, where your left hand just does chucking in, and you're just lifting your left hand off the strings, off pressure, off on, in different patterns or different. You're just kind of winging it, but playing rhythmically. I'm holding right now an E9 chord, very big chord. I know we haven't learned that yet, but you'll get to that one. But it's a big chord in funk, and I'm playing a 13th chord. But here's the thing, this right hand, all my left hand is just releasing pressure on and off, on and off. It's such a cool chucking exercise. All with the left hand. Releasing pressure. If I stop, see? Right hand doesn't stop. And then I just embellish it. See, that right hand keeps going. The left hand. See, just to show you, I'll just pressure, release. And then I just play rhythmically. And I can throw it. All I'm doing is just various rhythmic kind of right hand 16th notes, but it's all just off and on pressure. This chucking with the left hand. And we're going to get into a lot of that. See all these great little things you can do, all chucking. And you can do it. It's easy, it's fun, and it adds so much interest, and it's going to make you into such a better player when you get good at it. Okay, so I want you to practice that. Practice these routines that we're setting up for you. We got more coming up, and we will see you in the next module. Rock on, people! Take care.